Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma Bajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending international news stories in ISL making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Thousands of deaf organizations and LGBTQ advocates all over the world have signed a change.org petition. The petition expresses their concern, disagreement, and disappointment with the World Federation of the Deaf. Earlier this week, during the WFD General Assembly, it was announced that the United Arab Emirates had been chosen to host the 2027 World Congress, even though WFD delegates were told LGBTQ topics would not be allowed to be discussed during the World Congress. And there were concerns that LGBTQ delegates would not feel safe and protected while attending the World Congress in UAE. WFD statutes state that it practices democracy, where all countries have one vote through their delegates to decide the host country for the World Congress. And if the WFD board decides to change where the 2027 World Congress will be held, that would mean delegates would feel their votes are invalid. And that may lead to distrust in WFD. Many global deaf organizations and LGBTQ advocates say they will be monitoring the progress of this situation closely and keeping track of plans to ensure the safety of everyone during the 2027 World Congress. Here's a statement released to the media from WFD. This week, an Italian court ruled that a school janitor was not guilty of groping a student because the act only lasted under 10 seconds. That sparked outrage on social media. Many Italians have posted videos of themselves touching a sensitive part of the body for 10 seconds, marked by a timer. It's meant to show that 10 seconds is actually a long period of time, and it can make people uncomfortable and change a person's life. The judges said they acquitted the 66-year-old man of sexual assault because the whole thing lasted about 5 to 10 seconds. The then 17-year-old girl testified that it happened in April of last year as she was climbing the staircase at school with a friend. She testified she pulled up her trousers and felt a hand tucked inside under her briefs, touching her buttocks. According to her testimony, the janitor said, quote, "Love, you know I was joking." He admitted it in court and said it was a joke. Rina Ganoi, a survivor of sexual assault in Japan, says she may have had a future in the military if officials had taken her initial claims seriously. But they did not. Rina was a soldier in the Japanese military. She quit after she said she was sexually and verbally harassed. Now she's suing the government and her former assailants. In response, the state would only say that harassment cannot be tolerated. So Rina fought back, taking her battle to social media. An online petition generated more than 100,000 signatures. It was a call to action that forced the military to re-examine her case. The review found Rina was a victim, enduring physical and verbal sexual harassment daily. Rina's ordeal prompted a wide-sweeping Defense Ministry investigation on sexual harassment. And it led to a remarkable moment: military officials bowing in apology. Several officers have apologized, but they were dishonorably discharged. 3 officers are now facing charges. Authorities in Russia are investigating the death of Stanislav Rizitsky. He was a former Russian submarine commander who was shot while jogging in a park. Investigators believe the suspected gunman may have tracked Rizitsky's movements through a popular running app. Authorities say the assailant waited in the park near a sports complex. And planned the murder so carefully that the moment of the attack did not appear on CCTV cameras. Rizitsky was shot 7 times and died instantly. The shooter ran off. Air France is conducting an investigation after a man on one of their flights last month made a gruesome discovery. The carpet at the man's feet was soaked with blood and fecal matter. It happened on a flight from Paris to Toronto. The man was with his wife and their cats. He noticed a foul odor coming from the footwell under their seats, which is where the cat carrier was. He got on his hands and knees to check on the cats and take a closer look. That's when he realized the carpet had a large, wet, dark stain, and it had soaked the cat carrier. The crew told the man that a day earlier, a passenger had suffered a hemorrhage on the plane. A cleanup had been ordered, but it's not clear if the floor was ever cleaned. The flight was full, so the man and his wife could not move seats. Air France said in a statement that it regrets the situation. They offered to clean the cats and give the man a $500 voucher. The man declined. Burger King in Thailand has introduced a new item. They call it the real cheeseburger. It's a burger with no meat. In Thailand, cheese is especially popular among young people. It is common for it to be sprinkled on all kinds of dishes. So, instead of meat, the new burger is filled with about 20 slices of American cheese. The real burger cost $11. So, what do you think? Yummy or yucky? The 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup kicks off next week, July 20th. Now there is a new mobile game that turns the tournament into an interactive experience for fans. Match Day Challenge lets you earn collectible digital cards of your favorite athletes participating in the cup. You can do this by testing your knowledge of the athletes and by predicting the outcome of the matches. The interactive experience is free to play on mobile devices or any internet-connected device. You can find the game at challenge.matchday.com. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates in ISL every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.